No Shad, something that's no issue on Spurs Video Podcast. So I say thank you to everyone for this season. Tiffers for helping me experience, well, one more European night at least. Um, you know, North London Derby. So thank you so much, thank you so much, Ivan. Debs, Jerry, Mick, Tommy, Mel, just for that incredible magical day up in Old Trafford, which I will never forget and I'll cherish from the bottom of my heart. Um, Huge thanks to everyone at the Spurs Forum, and just thanks generally really loads of people, Bombers, Eggsy, Cage, for the work he does, Mello, all you guys. So yeah, let's begin with the season. We started saying thank yous. Well, and we had the season ended by saying thank you to this man, not Shubes, number 26, Ledley King, an exceptional player. I mean, I got a chance to meet Ledley King, and I actually asked him what his favourite tackle was. He said it's the Robin one, but he was so humble. He goes, it didn't matter. He scored afterwards anyway. And I said to him, my favourite tackle was one that Carlos Tevez didn't actually make a tackle, but he just forced Carlos Tevez out of bounds, and it was just brilliant defending without having a tackle. He just brilliant bit of defending, and I always remember that. And we celebrated that night. More people seeing more people turned to watch up that match than they did the end of season game against Aston Villa, and it was just the energy of that. I've never heard us booing our own team. We didn't even know to root for, like booing our own Tottenham fans. Like when we scored a penalty, like we're rooting against us. So that was kind of weird. That was kind of funny. So no, I was really happy about that, and seeing Lewis Holtby tackle Howard Webb, and oh god, that was hilarious. And us seeing Howard Webb's name, and it was just beyond bonkers. Stephen Floyd and Lewis Holtby having this right old party, and that for me summed everything about Spurs, everything good about Spurs. And there is a yin to the yang, and the next day we started everything bad about Spurs. Tim Sherwood, you know, we had a caveat. Apparently, a 6 month break, and manager we never, who the board never gave any support to really, and he came in, didn't do a bad job actually. I know he won a lot of games, but he also lost a lot of games as well. I mean, he was learning his trade, and most people do it in divisions below or in other countries where it's not as competitive. We like to, it's a little weird because Tottenham College is trying to give people chances. I suppose that's one way of advertising it, all the way to the top. No, I just thought, it was interesting. I mean, you got to give them credit. Um, Obviously, we lost to West Ham, in the first game, and obviously they have now released their treble, cup, and mug. We're no better. We just like we release DVDs when I mean, let's face it. How is that anyway even remotely classy? So you know, I don't know how to say that. I mean, are we? I don't know. Is it less classy? Is it more classy than what they do? Possibly, but I'd like to think we're a lot more classy than West Ham. But there you go. It's interesting. We'll see Pochettino, see how that goes. I'll talk about that in a minute. But no, Sherwood, give him credit. He did a decent job. Ericsson was rejuvenated under him, so it wasn't just Adebayor. You forget Ericsson was definitely showed what he could do. Not every game. There were games he disappeared, but he was. When things were going well, he was the reason for that. And obviously Hugo Lloris was our best player for bad reasons. When your goalkeeper is your best player, that's not often a good reason. But no, I thought, and Nabil Bentaleb, that he's going to go into the World Cup. That's an amazing experience, and I can't imagine what that. I mean, I went to Germany, was it 8 years ago, and it was fantastic, and I'll never forget that. So for you know, um, what's his name? No, I've got he's got a name. Nabil Bentaleb. He might not be even might not even get a match, but to be part of that experience, it's something that money. It's incredible. So, and obviously he'll be very, very grateful for what Show has done for him. And I'll give credit. I mean, players like Harry Kane, Milos Velkovic, quite a few players got given their chances, and I'm very glad to see that Alex Pritchard. So yeah, I'd like to see how these players do. Pochettino's come in. He's brought his stamp to it. He's obviously changed the goalkeeping coach. He's brought in, which sadly has seen goodbye to Tony Parks. That's which you got to give him. Tony Watts is a great keeper. As a obviously his heroics in '84. Did pretty decently for a little bit with Julio Gomez, but you know, so yeah, I'm very sad to see him go. Obviously, got played like Chris Ramsey, Freund. We don't know what's happening with them, so I wouldn't want to see them go. I'd like to see some continuity, but it's up to Pochettino. We have to give the manager as much authority to manage. It's a very difficult balance. You give a manager too much authority, give him too much power. Well, look at what happened. He's going definitely Glenn Hoddle would like to sign him, but unfortunately no one wants to come to us. Samuel Eto'o. Again, I'm worried about his professionalism, but he's obviously fallen out with say Mourinho. I mean, let's face it, if he can fight Mourinho, let's face it, Pochettino's not. Who knows? See how that one goes. But I'm thinking that he's got a point to prove. He's got a year left. He's got one more year. Pay him however much money he wants, and you say, look, you can go to America, earn a ton of money. Great, go there. Or you can say, Jose Mourinho thought was an old man. That's why old men go to America. Or you can stay here and play, at that level of football that most can't even dream about. And I mean, and then I think a front three of Adebayor, Kane, and Eto'o would be, pretty good to have. So that kind of gives away to who my first player choose to go, Soldado. Um, good player, but it just doesn't work. I mean, the finishing. I mean, yeah, he's shown a lot of heart, a lot of desire. Who knows? Maybe he'll show something to Pochettino, but for me, I just don't see it working out. And I think with the deal, if apparently they 30 million up front, but most of it has to be performance, this, then do you know what? Trent Levy again. Yeah, he's looked after the club, he's protected the club. 13 million. And even if you make a 2 million loss, say you sell him for say, I don't think we'll get 13 million for him. I don't think I don't know we'll get say 26 million. I think we can get say I don't know 15 million plus packages and whatever. But we'll demand a lot of that up front. I think we've got £2.5 million player, £2.5 million loan. It's not the worst. It just didn't work out. So yeah, definitely I'd look to move on Soldado. In midfield, there's two guys I'd like to move on: Sigurdsson and Chadley, for different reasons. Sigurdsson has talent. We saw it against Hull. I mean, exceptional goal. I mean, the ability he showed. And against Southampton, we saw it. The ability he showed. The problem is he doesn't show often enough. He goes missing in games. For me, the way Rafa van der Vaart would give you incredible quality for 65 minutes. He would frustrate you, but he'd give you some great quality. I don't think we've ever been to replace that. And Sigurdsson's not been able to do that. Give Clint Dempsey credit, he got goals, but Sigurdsson just doesn't do that. And he gets like 4 or 5 goals a season, and they're often very good goals. But for me, I just don't think he scores enough. I don't think he creates enough. I don't think he's quick enough. There's just too many. I just think there are players in the squad that are better, that we just don't need him. And I'd like to move him on. I think it's best for his career as well if he does move on and to pastures new. The other player I'd move on is Chadley. I saw him. I thought, wow, it's a good signing here. It's like 6'3", 6'4". This could be, I don't know, like a Benteke kind of deal. Watching it, and he just, he showed, you didn't see it. He wasn't, I don't know what the TV camera showed. I don't know how much of it, but he just showed no effort. And they had to bring on Kane afterwards, and he just was so poor. And I think, again, he has moments where he flatters to deceive. I think I just don't see him being the player that we need, and I'd move him on. And I think 3 of them we could make at least 30 mil, maybe 33, 34. And you know what? If we can put like 25 million on that on Luke Shaw, like or 20 million, 25 million, I'll do that. But see how that one goes really. So those are the guys I'd move on. How I'd like to see us line up, based on our existing players, and this pure players we have now, I would have a back for Walker, and it's just one because it Kabul and Matonga. I mean, you just see how it goes. Kabul had his fitness issues. He wasn't, he was always going to be difficult. He missed out so much of the season. I mean, it's so difficult. I mean, he lost what? Lost all of the summer, then lost another year. His fitness has been an issue. And we need to see how that pans out. But ideally, that's would be the dream team. One's left-sided, one's right-sided. It should work out brilliantly. But for some reason, I don't know. For some reason, it just hasn't worked out. But I'd like to see if it could be made to work out. Benny Rose isn't a left back for me. Hopefully, Benny will come back, and show what he can do. But I do rate Benny. I think he's a better left back than say Danny Rose. But a lot of people don't like him. I can see why, but I've always had a lot of respect for Benny, so I'll put Benny there. In the midfield, I'd play a 4-2-3-1. 2 would be Sandro and then Bailey. I like Paulinho, great player, but I think both Dembele and Paulinho have to step it up, and I think those two have to be shown that you are in competition with each other. You are in competition with each other, so we'll get the best out of either player. In the middle, I'd actually have Holtby as the link between attack and midfield. I think he puts his foot in. And he won't put as many tackles as Sandro. No one does, or as Dembele, but he will put his foot in. He will play through balls, and he will like to play those lofted deliveries, and that's something we need. I think if he can get the rhythm right, then I think we've got a very good player there. And he's 21, 22, so I'd definitely like to see him given a chance. Up front, it'll be three. Be Ericsson, Addy, and Lamella. But I think I think we need to encourage the fact that Ericsson has to press. I think Ericsson can come into the middle, Holt can go out to the left, and vice versa. And those there has to be a lot of interchanging, similar to the Ajax system, which obviously Ericsson should know very, very well. And I think we'll get the best out of that. I think Addy, when he's on form, he's unstoppable. And I've said this once, I've said this many times, but Addy, for me, I mean, at one point I thought he was second only to Drogba in terms of being a striker, second only to Drogba. But go figure. I mean, I often thought that he could be one hell of a player, and I still believe he can be when he's up for it. He's obviously going to be less money now because Man City aren't paying his wages as much as they used to. Who knows? I'd like to see the best of Adebayor. It'd be interesting to see what happens. And you've got players like Kane, you've got the hunger, and if we can get someone like Eto, let's face it, get him on a free. He's got incredible quality. He won't play like more than 15 games a season. And let's face it, we hope to have a long season, but there's quality there, and I'd like to, the quality there is apparent. And anyone that, let's face it, if you train with really good people, you just can't help but get better. As iron sharpens iron, so as one mind sharpens another. And I really believe in that. So yeah, I would only bring in two players. Left back's an issue, so I'd sort that out. Strikers an issue, especially like Soldado. I wouldn't bring anyone to midfield. I just think we got too many midfielders. I'd dump Siggy and I would dump what's his name, Chadley. There is no way in hell Fabregas has come to us. I honestly, it would be amazing if he did. I'm not gonna say what I'd do if he did, but he's going to Chelsea, or he's going to he's going to Man United or something. And I don't see him come to us, but you never can tell. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I would like to thank everyone for this season that's gone. I'd like to thank you for your patience, for not showing YouTube as often as I would like to have done, and just loads of great stats out there. I'll rattle them off. Spurs from the UK, Spurs Odyssey, Spurs Fanatic. Really set that up. Great tactics there. That's great. The Spurs show. I mean, Phil Cornwall. He just makes me laugh. I mean, if anyone listens to the Spurs show live, the Glenn Hoddle story about polishing the cockerel, that was amazing. So definitely, and here's the thing. I actually got to meet some Spurs heroes. I got to meet Pat Jennings and who's the other guy? A world champion. And when you meet a world champion, it was just like, I am meeting a world champion. And it's like, I've met Roger Gracie, and I've met like Neil McLeod, who's a world stick fighting champion, Roger Gracie, jiu-jitsu, multiple time champion, but a world champion football. It was just surreal. This guy has held the World Cup in his hands. It doesn't, I mean, so yeah, it was just amazing to meet such a player, and so there's a player that's played with the best player the world has ever seen. That's right. He played in the he played in Diego Maradona. So yeah, so definitely, how can you not be in awe? And so yeah, that was saying thank you Spurs. That it's never easy supporting Spurs. It never will be, but thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank all the other Spurs fans for allowing me to be part of their lives and watching some of them. I've got a few that watch YouTube, so thank you so much. Please click on the ad links. And big thanks to one of my favourite Spurs fans, Debs, made me that scarf. She made that for me for Christmas, and I swear to God, Debs, that is the best Christmas present I have had. So thank you very much. As always, come when you